keeping you up? I thought so. I might have something for you here. Maybe a postcard. Not that one. That one's too horrible. Maybe this one. This one, the Monarch Sun. Take a look at it here. This was Gladys and Joe Monson. Let me tell you about this postcard. April 13th, 1979, Miami, Florida. This card was posted on Good Friday. It's the 13th, and there's probably no connection to that date. No more, I suppose, than that the ship was on her third name in 1979. Here she is, the Monarch Sun. Look here. A 475-foot, aging, two-screw, 550-passenger cruise ship on her third name. She was about to sail again. Joe and Gladys Monson from Daytona Beach were booked for cabin 294. They never boarded. That much is undisputed. Nor is this postcard Gladys wrote from the room at the Sunnyside Motel and Motor Court where she and Joe were spending a few days in Miami before their cruise. She was checking in on their cat Jinx, left in the care of their recently widowed neighbor Olga, about whom she'd had a bad feeling since they'd left. Not Olga, the cat.
Dear Olga, spending a few days in Miami. Have a happy Easter. Be well. Love, Joe and Gladys.
It's just a damn cat, Joe said. And Gladys hoped, as did Joe, who had been through her feelings before, that it would allay her growing ominous sense. She couldn't explain the feeling, but she couldn't enjoy herself in the Sunnyside pool or the poolside bar. Her sense of dread could not be dissipated by the sunlight or the many Mai Tais Joe brought her. The morning they were meant to leave on the cruise, she became increasingly frantic until she insisted they drive the 5 hours back to Daytona Beach to save Jinx from some unknown harm. They arrived in Daytona Beach at 11 a.m. Easter Sunday. Gladys didn't even wait for Joe to get the suitcases out of the trunk and ran to their front door. The smell of sulfur, so strong it made her eyes burn, made her stop. Joe, coming up behind her, wanted to wait for the police, but Gladys rushed in, desperate to get to Jinx. So while Joe, and the officers who arrived later, saw the destruction inside the house, the furniture upended, the walls inscribed in odd symbols, and the exhumed body of Olga's not terribly fresh husband, draped over their stylish coffee table amid lit candles and dead birds, none of them caught sight of Olga, as Gladys said she did. She had to be sedated, and it was 3 days before she could talk about the experience at all. She described entering the house, her eyes streaming tears, and coming across Olga, or Olga in some sense, because she became confused at that point, and she said, "Why were there so many, too many? Were they arms, Joe? Were they legs? I won't sleep again." This creature, which bared sharp teeth from Olga's face, appeared to be using its many appendages to stuff a yowling Jinx into the corpse's chest cavity. At the sight of Gladys, the thing screeched and rolled, its appendages flapping loudly on the floor, out the back door. Olga was never seen again. Gladys inexplicably insisted that Jinx had doubled in size, though Joe could not see it, and she was glad when Jinx ran away shortly after, because she claimed at night, when she would come around the corner, he would not be just twice his size, but as large as a man, black as night, glowering at her with Jinx's yellow eyes.